Hey guys, what's up? Today I got an NU match. This one is against the Blue Daff. We're having a battle in quite a while, but he's kind of been out of Pokemon for a while. But I saw him online and asked him if we wanted to battle, and he did. So we're gonna go for that. While I was picking my team order, I'm like, I don't know if he's gonna lead with Rotom, because that's possible. But I'm like, no, he's gonna lead with Mesprit to get rocks up, and so I'm gonna lead with Torterra. And the thing is, as you can see, he does indeed lead with Mesprit, and so I'm like, I hope he doesn't have Ice Beam. I really, really hope he doesn't have Ice Beam, because if he has Ice Beam, I'm in big trouble. But I figure, I already picked Torterra to get rocks up first, so I might as well do that. He just goes for rocks himself, so, we're both sort of of the same mindset. Then he U-turns, and the reason I stayed in basically was like, I figure if he didn't Ice Beam on the first turn when you've got a stat, or not a stat, but 4 times super effective move, like, I figured he wouldn't have Ice Beam. I mean, lead Mesperits usually have U-turn, Psychic, Stealth Rocks, and then like Knock Off or Thunder Wave or Thunderbolt. Ice Beam's a little less common because it's really only for Altaria in the terms of like the sort of standard metagame. Um, well, and Tangela sort of, but I mean Psychic already does that. So whatever. I switch out to Mischievous after Toxic fails on Wheezing. Sludge Bomb doesn't really do much. I'm gonna Will-O-Wisp on the switch, figuring that, yeah, he's got a Licky Licky that probably has Heal Bell, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. He's going to miss Blizzard, which kind of sucks because I'm like almost 99% certain I would have lived that Blizzard. And I go for Pain Split and actually give him health. Now he goes for Thunderbolt, gets a crit, which I definitely would have been able to live, even if he's modest, which I think he probably is. And I would have gotten off a Shadow Ball, which most likely would have killed him because, I mean, he's at like 30% and it's stab, so I think it should have killed. I go to Simipour. I'm going to go for the Surf because, he's Slave Orb and I don't want to let him just Thunderbolt me, so I can't really Nasty Plot on the Switch. Plus, I figured he'd probably want to just leave it in anyways because it's most likely going to die if he brings it in. Because, well, I mean, Stealth Rock he'll live, but he'll die from burn, etc. I go for the Nasty Plot here, predicting him to want to Wish just to, like, or maybe not Wish, but Protect. Either way, I'm kind of in a bad spot. I'm like, please Protect just to gain extra lefties, because if he wishes, then he's going to see my Nasty Plot, and he's not going to probably Protect, considering that I'll probably Nasty Plot again. But I'm going to go for it second time because he's got Toxic, so I'm thinking he's got Heal Bell, Wish, Protect, Toxic. I'm just like, just don't have Dragon Tail, please. He switches to his Rotom, which he, again, shouldn't have had if not for the crit, but he does. So it fodders out, and then he goes into his Sock, which is why I shouldn't have been setting up this early anyways. Because he probably wouldn't have switched right to Sock. It would have been weird, but he probably could have went to Floatzel, and that would have been a similar thing. So it was kind of stupid. Like I said, I was in a bad kind of spot because he had Toxic and he didn't Wish or Protect. I don't know. Whatever. I go to Torterra for the close combat, and I take it. I know I'm going to take another one. I go for the Synthesis as he switches to Wheezing. And I'm going to go out to my Simipour here because I don't want him to be able to Will-O-Wisp me. And that's what he's going to try to do. And it doesn't let him. Plus I get an extra, free switch into my Simipour now. So I get off a Surf. He's going to stay in because he's fairly confident he can live it because he has max HP. And he does live it. It's a strong hit. I mean, stab, life orb, but Simipour's special attack is I think like 98. So it's not really the best. It's got good speed, but it's not that strong. I don't know. I go to Absol because I have Psycho Cut. Most Absols don't have Psycho Cut, so he's probably not expecting it. Night Slash might have killed, but I don't know. I just go for Psycho Cut, and that's easily going to kill him, get a useless crit. He goes to Sock, and it's actually going to double switch to Mesprit, predicting me to switch into Torterra, which is exactly what I'm going to do because I can't do anything to Sock with Absol, and he's faster than me because he's Scarfed, so I really have no other choice but to switch to Torterra. Either way, the best thing I would have done is Sucker Punch, which would have been okay because I still would have been in on Absol, but it wouldn't have done any damage. He's going to go for Psychic here. He's going to do about half. I'm going to predict the U-turn and go for the Earthquake. Again, sort of fearing the Ice Beam, but I'm like, if he went for U-turn before, he won't have Ice Beam because he would have used it. And, yeah, so I'm going to switch out here, predicting him to keep Psychicking me because, yeah, I can Synthesis and gain a little bit of extra HP, but eventually he'll get a crit or special defense drop. Plus, I have only 8 Synthesis, well, actually like 6 left at that point or something, and he has a bunch more Psychics. But he goes for the U-turn, which is Absol to dodge the Psychic, and that doesn't work out very well. And now he's in on Sock. I'm going to die to Rock, so I might as well go for the Sucker Punch, do a little extra damage, go into Torterra. And I'm really, really wishing at this point I had Wood Hammer. I'm gonna go with the Synthesis. I really need to change it because Torterra's attack is like 106, so like even as a tank, it's still like 230 something, and a stab 120 base power attack, even though it has recoil, is eh. Because here I'm gonna go for the Synthesis because I'm worried that he's Ice Fang, but I know I can live it, and I have nothing really to switch into it. I don't want him to use Waterfall predicting my Magmortar. But he tricks me, and if I had had Woodhammer, I probably would have went for it because, again, Ice Fang wouldn't have killed me, and I would have easily killed him, especially being Choice Bandit. But because I went for Synthesis, I'm locked in on it, and I have to switch. He goes for Crunch, thankfully doesn't have Ice Fang, which is not too uncommon because, again, even a Float Cell that has Ice Fang is still going to get walled by Tangela and Vileplume and stuff like that. And it's better to have Crunch for, like, Mischievous and Haunter and things like that because you have Speed Haunter. And Mischievous is a special wall user, so you can actually do some damage to that. This Fracture, also kind of shit. I need to change it. It's actually max HP, max defense. So it's like a tanky setup. But the thing is, it's like, I don't know. It's a waste of his attack. Because even at +2, I'm like only 342 speed, which is shit. Because it's like barely outspeeds base 100s. And there are a lot of not base 100s in this tier. Superior, Chinchino, Zebstrika to a degree, Kadabra. What else? I know there's a bunch of other things that I can't really think of. But anyways, I go for the Outrage here, and he's gonna barely live, which really sucks because he's gonna get a Psychic off, and yeah, I'm just gonna hit myself in Confusion because like fuck, yeah, it would have been nice, but whatever, doesn't really matter. Go to Magmortar here. I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt. And that's easily going to kill him. He's not going to switch because it will kill anything else he goes into. The thing is here now, he's going to go into his Float Cell. And, okay, basically, he's going to go into his Sock. And basically what I'm doing is I'm just hoping that he doesn't have Aqua Jet on his Float Cell. But because he doesn't have Ice Fang, he wouldn't have Brick Break because you don't really need Brick Break because, again, a lot of the steel types that you want to be hitting with Brick Break are also rock, and you have a stab hit Waterfall for that. So he probably has Aqua Jet. So what I should have done is just stayed in and died, and as he said, maybe got Flame Body. In actuality, he's actually Adamant Scarf, so I would have outsped him, killed him, and then I don't think I would have OHKO'd a Float Cell with a Choice Bandit Earthquake anyway. So, but if I had with Hammer again, he would have already been dead. But that's not how it played out. So, basically, like I said, I was just hoping he didn't have Aqua Jet, but he's obviously going to have Aqua Jet. And he does, and he easily kills me, and I die. So, that's the end of the battle. Nero 1-0. And, yeah, I mean, he played pretty well, to be completely honest. He made some nice predictions on some fairly, like, easy. I mean, it's not, I don't want to say easy predictions, but it's more like, again, like if I didn't switch my Absol out of his Sock, I'd be in trouble. So it's kind of like required switch, unless I'm like in his head enough to know that he's gonna predict that. So I don't know. He played well, like I said. So it was a good battle, and it was nice to battle him again. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.